I'm sure by now everybody knows about Pokémon Go. It's sweeping the whole world as one of the most popular apps ever. But Pokémon Go is not without its problems. In fact, it has quite a few problems. And by few problems, I mean the game is practically a broken mess. Technically, there are so many issues with Pokémon Go that I'm surprised that it's this popular. You'd think with a community of people who don't like glitchy, unfinished messes that we would be against Pokémon Go releasing as it is now. But there's an underlying issue here, one that's not completely derived from Pokémon Go itself. And that issue is with the company that is spearheading it, Niantic Labs. I don't even know where to start with this company and how flawed it is. Niantic Labs was founded by John Hank in 2010 and has been producing systems that use quote-unquote real-time geospatial querying and index techniques. Essentially what that means is that Niantic specializes in making products in which you can utilize the globe with GPS technology. If you've played Pokemon Go, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. It's a bit hard to explain, but again, if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm talking a lot about Pokemon Go, but Pokemon Go wasn't their first project, their first augmented reality mobile game. That was Field Trip and Ingress. I'm not going to be talking about Field Trip because I don't really know what it is, but I will talk about Ingress. Ingress was a novel idea, but the way Niantic handled the app in the community was terrible. Initially, it kind of took a similar approach to Pokemon Go. However, what really killed Ingress was Niantic not listening to the community. They didn't listen to people telling them how to improve the game. They didn't listen to people telling them how to improve their servers and so on. It was because of that, some financial reasons and other company structural stuff, that Ingress eventually faded into obscurity. I'll be 100% honest with you, I'm talking as if I know a lot about Ingress, but I really don't. I've never touched the game, I've never seen anybody play it, I've never seen anybody talk about it really. The only thing I know about Ingress is what was reported from others. After Ingress and all that company turmoil, it was announced that they were going to partner with Nintendo and the Pokemon Company to create Pokemon Go. As we all know, Pokemon Go was an instant hit. Simply put, there's a lot of people playing it. Unfortunately, Pokemon Go is being slowly killed by Niantic's stupidity. Niantic seemingly doesn't listen to their community. If you didn't know, Pokemon Go has been suffering a ton of issues lately. For one, the servers are constantly crashing. Granted, the servers do work sometimes, but they are very, very unstable and in need of some hard work and fixing. There's also the fact that Niantic seemingly shut down popular tracking websites for their app. You know those footsteps that appeared before that would show if a Pokemon was close to you? Yeah, those didn't really work. What did work were sites like Pokevision that would track these Pokemon for people to find. It was important for the community and it did really no harm to Pokemon Go itself. Who cares if there was another third-party site just helping the community? I don't see why that's an issue. It's not like these third-party sites were profiting off of Pokemon Go. So I pose a question to you, Niantic. Of course, you're not listening to me because you don't listen to the community, but why would you make these tracking websites not work? You already removed the footsteps mechanic altogether that didn't even work, but I don't understand why these third-party sites are an issue for you. Perhaps if you just got the footstep mechanic working or some more competent system, we wouldn't have to use third-party sites like Pokevision to track down Pokemon. You recently said in an interview that you're not a fan of this and that it's cheating. I don't see why that's such a big issue. This is where I disagree with your way of thinking. I don't think using third-party sites like this is cheating. You want to know what is cheating? In Pokemon X and Y, for example, on the 3DS there's a thing called power saves. And with power saves, you can modify Pokemon. That is cheating. When you use a site to learn more about Pokemon and where they're located at a specific time, I don't see that as an issue. It's not like Pokemon Go has a big competitive scene anyways. You're saying that there is a multiplayer context, but there really isn't a multiplayer context. There are gyms, but what do gyms give you? Pokecoins and other stuff? Those aren't important. There's no leaderboards. There's no real skill involved. There's no Poké League, there's no competitive championship for Pokemon Go, so why? It's not like these sites take out the fun of Pokemon Go. I view them as perfectly harmless. If you want to fill your Pokédex in the main game, you can always use outside help. It creates a community of people who want to better their Pokédex, their Pokemon, and so on. That's not a problem. Niantic, it's this mindset that is going to kill Pokemon Go. When you eliminate a third-party site like that that is aimed at helping the community, it sends a message to your community. It really indicates that you don't want there to be a community of people like this. You just said that helping out people takes the fun out of Pokemon Go. For a game to survive, for a game to last, you need a community. Look at Super Smash Bros. Melee. That has a huge community. And it's not like Nintendo has come along and said, you can't wave dash in Melee, sir. No, 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 that is cheating. That's against the rules. Wave dashing? More like, fuck you. That's not a thing that a company should be doing. Perhaps instead of focusing on these third-party issues, you could focus instead on getting the servers working, some technical issues being ironed out, giving the game to Brazil, and so much more. Instead of focusing on silly things like this that will not hurt Pokemon Go as an app or you as a company, focus on the things that actually matter to the experience of Pokemon Go. If you couldn't already tell by what everybody's saying about the app, it's that you're killing it. You're killing Pokemon Go, according to the majority of people on social media I'm seeing. That's not something you want for your game. Niantic, if you're watching or anybody from Niantic is watching, the way you're handling Pokemon Go in the community is absolutely awful. When Pokemon Go users eventually drop out, just know that it will be you that killed the app. Many people are protesting against the app as we speak and saying that they won't use it until such features are fixed and such terrible business practices are remedied or something. Niantic, listen to your community. Listen to the people that made you who you are. I suppose you think, what's the point? Millions of people have already played Pokemon Go and invested some money into it. You've made your cash. Who cares about a silly community? If you're going to keep doing this, Niantic, I don't know what to say to you. Stop being a shitty corporation. Focus on your community. Communicate with us and listen to feedback. If you do that, then your app will survive and you as a company will survive. But that's pretty much all I can say. I'm not going to go on and on about how shitty these business decisions you've been making are because it's just not worth it. As always, if you, the people who are watching it, disagree or agree with what I'm saying, let me know in the comment section below. Is anybody else feeling the same thing I'm feeling right now about Niantic? Please let me know. I feel like I'm alone. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.